Hello and welcome to this special coverage of the Tasmanian bushfires. As we go to air, we have some news that involves a firefighting appliance and 2 occupants. We've been told that a firefighting small utility has rolled and a male occupant of that vehicle was airlifted by the Westpac rescue helicopter. Also, a female was transported to hospital by ambulance. As I said, these are the details we have been provided and have also been advised that WorkSafe Tasmania have been notified. When we have further information, we will update you. Now for the fire situation, there are 13 warnings in place and the fires are still continuing to burn. Well, it was a warm day, and as lightning flashed in all directions over Tasmania, something was about to unfold. Lightning was seen striking parts of forest near the Great Lakes area, and what looked amazing watching lightning flicker through the skies, a bushfire was starting to grow. The bushfire started in an area that was hard for the Tasmanian Fire Service to get to. Air support worked throughout the day trying to battle the fire from above, as unfortunately the fire crews were unable to contain the fire on the ground. As night started to fall, the aerial support had to leave the area and the fire remained on its own and left to burn, as firefighters were unable to gain access to the fire on the ground. It's been over 2 weeks and these fires still continue to burn across Tasmania. Plumes of smoke could be seen kilometres away, which had residents from neighbouring towns on high alert and looking for answers. Myena resident and local Ron spoke with Tas News 24 and had this to say.
It's been pretty scary, to be honest with you. The first few days we sort of looked up the back of the shack and we'd seen it. We thought, oh, it's a fair way away, 20 k's away, so we weren't that worried. As each day's progress got closer, we got more worried. Yeah, of course you're worried. Now today it's only 5 k's away, I believe, and so yeah, we got the evacuation order over the phone and here we are.
So are you happy with the actions that the TFS have provided to residents, including yourself?
Mate, the TFS have been unbelievable. Everything they've done has been fantastic. They've been around the road, presence all the time. They've come up personally up our driveways to let us know what's going on. Fantastic. Yeah, you couldn't complain. Yeah.
Has anything else that's with the fire sort of caused you any sort of, I guess, an unnervy feeling at all? Being so close to where you are?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. You go to sleep at night and you're thinking, geez, is it going to come through the back? Because at the back of our places is bush. So it's not that far. If it gets through there, well, your history, yeah.
Ron, thanks very much for your time. I appreciate it.
No worries.
While Tas News 24 was on the fire ground, we received a text alert, which stated if anyone was in the township of Myena, you were to evacuate. During this message coming through, my cameraman was down on the fire ground on board a Tasmanian Fire Service vehicle, capturing moments the fire took hold and continued to burn towards drier bushland. Air support have played a crucial part in fighting these fires. More than 24 aerial support crews have been working around the clock in order to try and get some relief and slow down the progression of these fires. A mixture of aircrafts have been used during the course of the fires, including helicopters, small light-wing aircrafts, and on loan to the TFS by the New South Wales Rural Fire Service, a 737 water-bombing aircraft capable of dumping more than 15,000 litres of water over the fire front. The question we're being asked by so many residents, does the TFS have a control strategy to finally extinguish these fires? TFS and Emergency Services Minister Michael Ferguson have been updating members of the public and media by holding press conferences at local community centres.
So I'm the Tassie Minister and here to say thank you to the locals and the visitors as well. How long have you been with us?
Yes, thanks. So thank you to Northern Regional Chief Jeff Harper for joining me. I mean, he's on the ground here with our top people and many hundreds of Tasmanians and interstate and shortly international support are on the ground across nearly 50 fires around Tasmania. This is a really big team effort. I'm here to say thank you to our teams, both employed and volunteer.
Last night we were able to put in approximately an 800 hectare burn overnight to try and tie in the loose corner. That was the one that was threatening the township of Myena. The indications this morning was that that looks pretty successful. We're just ground truthing it in and consolidating those edges. If we're able to do that, then we will be able to downgrade the advice message to the township. But that doesn't mean that the threat's over, because as the days go through the week and the weather passes, we will see the potential for spotting. The township may still very well have embers falling on it, which may start their own fires again.
While TFS have been issuing statements to the media and the public, there were stages where the fire looked like it could have been contained, with aerial bombers making headway in battling the blaze. But as dusk falls and the sky starts to darken, the aerial support must leave the fire, leaving the fire to continue to burn, with only ground crews battling the fire head on. The Tasmanian Fire Service have been working in harsh conditions to protect the homes and residents in the path of these fires. But from what we're hearing on the ground by many members of the public, is it too little, too late? 3 properties have been lost already in the fires, and with weather conditions hampering efforts to contain the fires, more properties could be at risk. We have been told by TFS that these fires could burn for several weeks and are looking at obtaining more fire crews from interstate and across the globe. We've brought you stories with regards to these fires, from being the first to break the sad news about the Skittleball homestead. That was the first of a range of properties to be lost in these devastating bushfires. We have been advised to let people know to make sure they follow their information on the TFS website, which is fire.tas.gov.au, and listen to the ABC radio for updates. These fires remain on high alert and people should be aware of their surroundings. We'll continue to bring you coverage of the fires as new information comes to hand. A big thank you to all the emergency services staff in the air and on the ground battling these fires. You all have done such an amazing job and we value your efforts. To all the community members and number of volunteers who have rallied together to help feed our emergency services, we also say thank you for your efforts. They have been amazing. To the residents and communities in and around the fire zone, please be careful and our thoughts are with you. That's our special coverage for this evening. We will bring you updates as they come to hand. I'm Kane Dallow. Thank you for joining us.